Okay, so hello, I'm live. Okay, sorry I'm late. There was a whole thing with kids that came in on my last live. I went live on Facebook. I'm wearing a lot of new releases right now, and they've been super fun. All right, so we're gonna dig into some stuff. I'm gonna grab a color I used in the last one so I can have it all in one place while I wait for people to hop on. We all know when one's here, they're all here. Okay. The kids love the new smells. All the new smells, they love them. All right. So, all right, let's dig in. Hi, hello, how are you? Amanda, Seint artist. I've got my new goodies. These are vibrant. They're very neon bright, I think. I would say green and orange are probably, God, I don't know. They're all very, very bright. But I live in Oregon, and we have competing football teams. We've got the Beavers and the Ducks. If you're a Duck fan, one of these two is so good because you have to wear a clear bag to the football game. So what would look cuter than a palette in your purse that's clear? But I'm a Beaver, so I got orange. And I actually bought this 8 specifically for going to a football game to put in my purse. So there we go. All right, so those are the palettes. I got 8s. To me, personally, the perfect size for a good basic palette, simple, keeping it simple, is a 12. This is my gym palette. So I keep my face on the bottom, and then I was keeping my cheeks on the top. So that's the perfect size, and these colors do come in that. So they're in all the sizes. So take a look. These are so fun for summer. Your summer palette, going to a wedding, need a touch-up, get a palette 4 and fill it up with your touch-up stuff. Your main foundation to cover up anything, throw a little setting powder in, especially if it's hot. Grab a good lip conditioner. The peach, oh, the peach is so good. I had them in the little pouch together, and I smelled peach more than I smelled the grape. I'm wearing grape on my lips with the new bronzer. So let's dig in. I'm gonna do my face, just this. Girls, cut the volume. Okay, so I'm gonna dig in. They are not getting along today, so I don't know what's gonna happen. All right, let's talk about my color correctors because you know I'm gonna do my whole face. I'm going in with Suede. Now I have used Hazel to correct. Now here's my opinion on that. It is a cream, and I like density for my color correcting. I like that more than I like the highlights or the demis for my base face. So this is Suede correcting. Now, I like it, again, because it's dense and I get longevity. So if I'm going to be all day and running errands, like today, I'm driving, swim lesson, Target, I'm doing this stuff, pharmacy runs. When I get home at the end of the day, I want to know that I've looked pretty good most of the day without being able to touch up, because I'm really bad about getting into my purse palette. I keep it, but I'm not good at touching it up when I'm busy. It's just not my top priority. But if I'm doing an event, I like the look of the Hazel as my corrector. I like the look. The final look, I like more. So if I'm doing an event, if I'm going to go to like a wedding, if I'm going to go to a dinner, I'll probably do Hazel because it's a shorter amount of time. It's not all day. I'm not doing all day events. Good grief, I'm not doing all day events. So I'm going to be using Suede today because I need my makeup all day. I'm going to use the blend brush. The blend brush is by far, oh, good morning, Mrs. Barris and Mr. Barris. I am going to go in with Suede, and again, simply because I'm getting darker, I can use Suede on my redness right here on this part of my cheek instead of using 2. So I'm going to go in to Suede, tapping in, and then I'm going to go over my redness, and I'm using this brush because it's a light application brush. This is not a one and done brush. This is a good addition to your collection. Did I get an eye roll? Oh, there she goes again. But this is a good addition to your collection brush. This is great light application. This is a great color correcting brush. This is your bronzer, your blush. Summer Glow Kit. This is a great brush for that. Perfect for under eyes. I like this end more than the small end of the detail brush. It's just a little more fluffy, so it's less product. But you can use Suede on redness if you need to, if you're wanting to minimize how much is in your palette. Now, I'm a Seint artist, so I use a lot of crap. So I use the big palette. You don't have to. Unless you want to be a Seint artist, call me. Okay, but I just drape this up because it's all coming in all around the perimeter of my face. But you can correct this all over if you need to. I'm going to put it over my redness on my chin and whatever's left on my brush right here for that redness. And that's it. Okay, under eyes. I have the peach balm under this eye. I like it if you feel that your under eyes get a little textury. So I'm taking the peach balm, same consistency as the unscented balm. It smells so good. It smells like a fresh peach / nectarine, because really all a nectarine is a peach that's not fuzzy. I prefer the nectarines. I don't like the texture of peaches, but that's just me. But I'm putting it under. I smell myself. And my mama always told me, you're the last person to smell yourself. So if you smell yourself, you know everybody else has already been smelling you. And I take that into factors on a lot of things. I smell myself. So I would feel that my husband would smell my face. Because he's the only person I'll let get that close to my face. I'm not a hugger. People think I'm a hugger. I'm not a hugger. When people come around me, they're like, she is not a hugger. But everybody else, usually before they meet me, is very surprised I'm not a hugger. Anyways, let's talk about under eye correcting. I like my demis, Y01 and 03. I like them. They're very good. They give me a great final look. However, it's $44 to get 2 demi colors, and that's not for everyone. Plus, they're just correctors. That's it. That's all they are. I've been noticing that I've lately been dipping into lip and cheeks. So I have Wildflower, which I think is a good close. It's got, I feel like, a similar consistency to demi than Frenchie. Frenchie is always available. Wildflower is a limited edition, but either would work just fine. So I'm going to go in because I like the consistency of Wildflower a little bit, and I'm going to put some on, and then I'm going to go over my darkness here. I don't give a crap about this stuff out here, and I'm just going to tap this on. I go in lightly and build. It is a brighter pink than Frenchie. Frenchie is a little more of a cooler, neutral, peachy tone. Wildflower, you'll notice when you look in the mirror, it looks a bit, I would call it electric, because it's not something you're expecting under your eye. I need it right here. This part right on this eye, that is my darkest point right there. And that's how I like it. And it just neutralizes it down. It does a different, I will say, using a lip and cheek it is different than a demi. Demi's going to neutralize and brighten, whereas a lip and cheek is going to neutralize. Your brightening is going to be the brightener. And so you get a bit of a more punchier under eye. But it's $16 for a lip and cheek, not $44 for potentially 2, because one color is not the same as the next when you're dealing with color correcting. So you may need 2. That's $44. Or it's $22. So a lip and cheek is $16, and it's a lip color, it's a blush color, it's a corrector. I like that. That's what I like. So that's why I do tend to recommend it. And I've been leaning more towards Wildflower lately. All right, so my face is corrected. We're gonna go in. I'm going to be using Athens as my main highlight palette. It's essentially a lot of new releases. And let's swatch some things before, all the stuff. So let's get the swatching done. All right, so this is Grape. Again, I'm wearing it here. I'm actually wearing a little bit up here. I liked it as it almost like, I feel like it brightened my cheek. You'll see, because I'm going to do it. But this is Grape. It is, like all of the Fruit Punch collections, very aromatic. This smells like Laffy Taffy candy. The Grape Laffy Taffy, exact smell replica. It's just not going to taste as good as a Laffy Taffy. But that's it. There's nothing else like it. I would say, it might be close to plum. Maybe it's close to plum. Let's find, there it is. Here's plum. Nope. But I think it has the plum, it has the purpliness that plum has, I think. So this is plum, and that is Grape. And I think Grape is a very pretty color. I don't think it's a standalone cheek color. I like to add it. Because that's what I did. But Grape smells so good. Oh, the Grape smells so good. All right, now we're going to dig in. I'm going to show you the bronzers. I have all the bronzers. I have all the bronze. There they are. Okay, here's, no, that's not. Where's my bronzers? My bronzers. So here's all the bronzers. Heat Waves, Bella, Tan Lines, and Palm. Nobody gets Palm. If you got Palm and you like it, please tell me how and why, because I can't. All right, let's get into, where am I? All right, High Tide, right there. I'm wearing it, and it is, I think, people say it's between Bella and Heat Waves. I think it's between Tan Lines and Bella. So here is Heat Waves. I grabbed too much. Oops, here is Bella. So it's Bella's darker. And then here is Tan Lines. Here is Tan Lines. So I think it's between. I don't find that it pulls red. I know a lot of people were worried that there was oranginess and redness. I don't find that. But I will say this, because I don't, it's amazing. No, it looks like Bella when you put it on. So if you feel that Bella is just a touch too dark, High Tide is just a touch lighter. It's very similar in tone. I have it on. I think I look like I have Bella. And when I was applying it, I was like, this reminds me of Bella. So that's what I think. Sorry. I know a lot of people get bothered when I don't know, if you have Bella, you don't need High Tide. I mean, I want you to buy it all, but if you don't have Bella, I think High Tide would be beautiful. I just don't think you need both. I just don't. All right, Nova, right here. Nova is very pretty. I think all the cream illuminators are very, very, very pretty. Okay, so here is Nova. So pretty. It reminds me of Dolce. Now, Dolce, I don't know if anybody knows what that is. Here's Rose Gold. Rose Gold is lighter. And then it is significantly lighter than Glow. I know a lot of people were wondering if it was going to be a lighter version of Glow. Glow is very dark. So they used to have, many moons ago, Dolce, which is this one. Dolce was from, I want to say 3 years ago, because that's how long I've had it. I think it's super similar. It's just, this is a bit warmer, but I find them to be very similar. It's just a bit warmer. I think it's beautiful, and it goes so well with the bronzers. I know everybody likes Rose Gold. I think I like Nova more. I would say Nova is my new favorite illuminator, but full disclosure, I don't wear illuminators. And it's because I'm oily. I have some illuminator on now. I just, for longevity of my makeup, I don't use illuminators. If I do, it's powder, and it's only for like a wedding. Like if I'm in the wedding, because I'm not going to show up the bride by showing up in Glamazing. But I don't typically wear illuminators because I'm oily, and I think it pushes me over to the greasy side. Because when you're oily, you border on that. Am I dewy or am I greasy? And for me, illuminators make me feel like I look greasy. However, I will say, I need a different brush. Okay, buff brush. We're going to go into High Tide. I'm tapping a little bit into High Tide, and then I'm also tapping into Nova. And they are really pretty together. It makes a beautiful, beautiful bronzy tint. It's really, really pretty. I say add, if you need it, okay? Everybody jokes and they're like, tell me what I have to have. You have to have. I think I like Nova more than I like Rose Gold. I think I can't remember if it's limited edition. I should write all these things down before, but Nova is so pretty because it has that pigment that doesn't pack a punch. So I like Nova. I like Nova with if you're wanting to add a sprinkle to your lip and have a little bit of yumminess to it. Right now I have High Tide lined, and I have Grape filled in. And now I'm going to take Nova, and I'm just going to add that. It's very pretty. It's a beautiful topper. If you like having a little frostiness to it, but you don't want that tackiness of a gloss, slap a little Nova on it. It's so very, very, very pretty. That's it. All right, so let's pile a little bit of makeup on. I am gonna use my bronzer brush. This is my favorite brush. I've been really playing with bronzer on it, so I'm just gonna wipe it off a little bit. Okay, so I'm going into Athens, and I'm just gonna grab a little Athens, and I'm going to go right here and just erase all the imperfections. And I use this on my apples. So I corrected, and then I'm covering the apples of my cheeks. My scarring is, oh, it smells like grape. Oh, that smells really good. I smell good. Good enough to eat. It smells good. I like smelling like, some people are like, I don't want to smell like food. This was another conversation I had with people on my team. They're like, I like a smell that smells like flowers. I don't want to smell like food. I want to smell like food. All right, let's dig in. That's it. That's all the main highlight I need. That's all I use. That's why my tin lasts so long. Everybody asks, what's the longevity of a tin? It's different for everybody. Are you light coverage? Are you full coverage? Are you an everyday makeup girl? Are you putting one color all over your face? Because I do my makeup every day, and my tins last a really, really long time. I would say I replace them maybe once a year. Maybe once a year. But I also change colors for winter and summer. I like the longevity of this. I think my makeup lasts better, looks better. I mean, it lasts here better. It lasts here better. It looks a little better than traditional makeup. That's what I think. That's what I think. That's what I think. All right, we're going to go in with the detail brush. I'm going to go into Cedar. Cedar might have replaced my favorite contour indigo. I love indigo in the summer, but I'm liking Cedar more. All right, I don't put a main highlight up here. I don't think I need to, so I put my contour here. I'm going to switch to the small, and I'm going to go into my brightening palace, and I'm going to go between my brows. This is why I don't think you need a main highlight up here, because you have your contour, you bridge it across, flick that up into the hairline, blend it down. But do you see it? You almost sometimes don't need, if you want to skip bronzers on days, that's why I like Cedar. It is a little bit warm, but it has that coolness. But look, I have nice coverage. I have dimension. I have two colors that work together so nice. Going into Cedar, and I'm going to go above this shadow out here. I really just hang mine way back here. As you blend, it's going to blend literally down. Not just down in tone, but down. So you start up high. I don't like coming in past that outer corner. And then I'm going to just pop some on my jawline because I forgot to on the other side. Like that. All right, grabbing a little bit. And then I'm going to go right over here. And I'm just going to tap this on. I have a little bit of Nova on my tip. I'm going to tap it, push this towards my brow, tap it, and then I tap it over. And this is because I have a little bump, tapping with the little end, going right. I mean, we see me do this all the time. I don't know if you're new here, but I do that all the time. And it just gives me a nice straight nose that I enjoy. That's why I do it. Okay, let's get into the new bronzer. I'm going to use my blush and bronzer brush. Super creamy, just like Bella. It's very creamy, very easy to pick up. You can very easily go too far accidentally. Everybody does it with the whole palette. When you first get Seint, you're gonna look like a wedding cake, maybe a birthday cake. Who knows? I did, but then you play with it. Give it more than 2-3 days. It's different, it's new, it's great, but give it the time. If you come to me and you're like, I tried it and it's crap. I tried it for 3 days. I'll be like, I'm sorry it didn't work out, but I'm honestly saying you didn't give it a fair shot. But that's not for me to say. But I do like to say it here so you understand, like, you have 30 days, use it. Really use it. That's it. Okay, we're gonna go in. I'm gonna lose my brush into something, rub it on my arm. Okay, grabbing high tide, tapping lightly. And then I'm gonna tap this up here. I like this part of my, I don't know, everybody's different, but you can just tap that and add that little skosh of warmth. This is where I say, this reminds me of Bella. This looks, to me, I don't know if you guys agree with me, this looks like Bella. So I like it. Bella's my ride or die. Bella's my favorite. If Bella's out of stock, get High Tide. If High Tide's out of stock, get Bella. If you have Bella, you don't need high tide. I want you to get it. Like I want, you know, get it. But I also want to be honest, because if you get high tide and you put it on, you're like, it looks like Bella. Yeah. So if you have it, if you have Bella, I know everybody's excited about it. It looks the same. All right, I'm going to tap a little more on and I'm going to go up top right here. I like this as a blush, but I like Bella as a blush too, just full disclosure. I'm going to bring that up. I'm going to go into, where did I put it? Right here. This is Saint Tropez. I saw somebody do this the other day and I was like, I'm going to do it. And I love it. It's super pretty. It's very basic and simple. So of course I like it because I live in Central City. Really like basic. I'm a basic little bee. And I try not to be a bee, but I am basic and that's all I can do. And so I'm going to take whatever's left on my brush and I'm going to work it into that Saint Tropez. If you have discoloration on your cheeks like I do, and you're wanting to add a blush like Saint Tropez or Frenchie or Madrid, and you have discoloration similar to mine, I recommend tapping it onto your finger and lightly tapping it on those areas and then blending it. I think using a brush can sometimes move things. And so this is what I like to do. So pretty. I'm going to take a little bit of this Nova. So this is what a dewy glow looks like without illuminator. This is with illuminator. And so you just tap this on. I feel like this side gets better light, but that's very pretty. Again, I don't do a lot of illuminator. I'm going to grab a little bit of Nova and I'm going to hit my nose here and I'm going to hit my nose right here. People say to do that right there. So I did. And then I'm going to grab a little and I'm going to put it on my lip right there. It's pretty. And let it play with my lip color. If you want your lips to look fuller, I did this yesterday, take your gloss and bump it above, outer line with your gloss, not with your lip color. But you could do that also with an illuminator. Very simple. All right, I'm going to go into grape. Where is it? Right here. I'm going to add grape to this. And that's what I like. I like taking this grape. It's a gloss. And I'm going to pop it up here. And I think it's just a good addition. It adds a bright, it's like I don't want to say underglow, but an under bright. And I like the way that it adds an element to the colors. It's very subtle. It's sheer, for crying out loud. So don't expect like that's honestly, that's how much I'm putting on my cheek, is this very subtle amount. I'm not slathering on like a freaking purple. I said freaking, not the other one. But you're not putting this color on, you're putting this color on. And I like that it's both. So, does that make sense? But let's do a little bit. I have to do my under eyes. All right, I'm gonna go in with the blend brush on here, and I like to add a touch of brightness right here. You can already see, and then I bring it up. I wonder if purple would be a good under eye brightener. Let's take this off. I want to try it as a corrector. Why? I don't know. So let's take Wildflower off. Let's grab grape. I mean, grape could be like using a balm. I don't know. I just feel like, what if it's a good corrector? Who knows? Probably not, because it's purple on a dark. Could make me look like I got a black eye instead. Who knows? Let's see. Okay, added that on. Grab it into Palace. And let's go over and look. Tapping this on the orbital bone. And then go to the soft tissue. Ooh, that's not bad. That's not bad. I want to do it on the other eye just to see if I'm crazy. That's not bad. Grabbing that purple, because again, it's not a purple crayon. It smells so good. It really does smell so good. All right, grabbing that. Grabbing that. I got something on my face. Ooh, guys. It smells good and does, like, that's nice. What? That's nice. What a fun surprise. Okay. Lips. I'm going to put a little bit of shadow under the side. Grabbing a little bit of Palace. I feel like I'm drooling. What's wrong with me? It's the grape. I tell you, it's the grape. All right, I'm taking my multitasker brush. I'm going to go into High Tide. Very pretty lip liner. Grabbing High Tide. I'm fixing this side from when I put whatever on. There we go. Boom. Okay, so High Tide. It is lighter, and I like it. There we go. Grabbing that, just lining. Then I'm going to grab Grape. Grab it. I'm so surprised with how that worked under my eyes. Grape with High Tide. It's not so scary. And I'm mixing it because I'd put that illuminator over there, so now I'm just pushing it over. But Grape is so pretty. Gosh, it smells so good. The balm is great. I mean, okay, get ahead of the game for Christmas. The balm is limited edition. It smells so good. That's good for your grandma. That's good for your mom. That's good for your sisters, your kids. If you have little kids that really just want to play with your Seint makeup, get them the balm. It's it smells so good. It's not pigmented. So, and they could put it on as like a little shine. They could put it on their lips. That's a great stocking stuffer, and it's limited edition. So get ahead of the game. Grab some of that for some stockings. It's really, really good smelling. For yourself, honestly, I'm not going to tell you have to have this, but this is a very pretty and very surprising under eye corrector. I am so surprised at how this worked. Like, genuinely. Okay, on my eyes, I took Nova Illuminator and I put that up here. And then I took my blend brush and I tapped into High Tide. Now, if you're going to use creams on your eyes, stay off your lid, stay off your crease, okay? I pinched it and then I got right down here and then I pressed it to meet. Then I took my setting powder and I set my lid. And then I took my setting powder and I set my face. And I always start out here and then I come in. I am shocked about that under eye correcting. Like, seriously, that is a delightful surprise. I'm making a separate tutorial on that. Press in my stuff back in. I'm oily, so I use Urban Decay. But that is so... It corrects and balms because it's a gloss. I'm shocked. Tomorrow, under eye correcting with Grape tutorial coming. I'm shocked, but using Nova and the bronzer as an eye is very pretty. So that's that. I did add some already to my whole neck of the bronzer. I don't like, I feel like I've said it all, okay? If you have Bella, you've got High Tide. It's very, very, they look different, but they're, I mean, you put it on and it looks the same. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I like Bella. So you'll like High Tide. No, but, oh, shoot. I want more. So I'm putting more on. So now I got to balance it out because it picks up super creamy, a lot like Bella. I just went really hard into that. Wow. But look at that. It blends out right. I want to be super bronzy today, though. Like, warm me up, baby. Okay. That's it. Those are the new releases. These palettes are beautiful. So pretty. These are eye catchers. You're doing this and you're at the football game. People are going to be like, what is that? You're at the airport. What are those? Those are pretty. I need to comb my brows. Every time I do my brows and then I do my makeup, by the end of the tutorial, all my brow hairs are pointing down. Okay, that needs to get fixed. Okay, if you guys have questions and you guys want to see something, please ask after the live. Otherwise, they disappear. But these are all very pretty, and I cannot believe grape as a color corrector under your eyes. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to make this tutorial tomorrow. So, I smell so good. Have a great day.